got multiple things going on here. You are live on YouTube. Cool. I see that. Thank you. I need to change the latency. Especially, I wanted it to be a ultra low. Oh yeah. Ultra low, not happening. My cat is going crazy. All right, let's see here. So this is good. This is live, it looks like. I'm going to check my other live in general. Shorts. I'm supposed to be live vertically right now. I got a humming. It's weird. It's a little feedback. Feedback. Strange. I shouldn't have any feedback. Just mic. Alright, so it looks like this should be okay. It says open the widget. What the heck, dude? Getting random humming. It's probably due to my phone. Alright. You'd think I'd just do this in private, but I didn't. Okay, cool. I think I'm good now. Alright, this thing's pushing high of day, which it goes and it's testing the 400s. Could it pop and continue up? We will see. I got a couple of PA accounts here. I have an Apex account here. This one's done. It's already at 3,000. I passed that evaluation today. It was a good trade day for me. I had multiple accounts that were 1,300 plus in both my PA accounts. I feel like I'm getting some feedback here. And interesting. I don't know why I keep on getting, I'm sorry, I'm getting like feedback. I don't know why. I'll just turn off all my speakers, make sure I'm good. My cat's going nuts. He wants out. He wants to come hang out with me. Nice pullback here. This is where you would get long. Let's see if I do that. I'll do it in a smaller account here. Just a quick scalp for the high of day. Looking at the 5-minute chart here. It's a small pullback. Technically what you're supposed to do is wait till a new 5-minute candle make a new high. Or you could buy the dip and risk it. I'm going to buy and think that it's going to go a little bit higher. I'm watching the time and sales here on the right side. On the vertical live, you can only get a portion of that, but it still works. Okay, so we're watching watching to see if this thing is doing a little pop back up. Will it hold or will it push? Slow markets, you know. Slow markets. So, looking at here, 5-minute opening range candle drops. So you could draw out your line here. Oh, wrong line. I don't really want that line. I want a horizontal line. So grabbing a horizontal line. It dropped, came down, closed. Closed up here. Pretty high. Now will this 5-minute opening range now hold, or will it sell through? I'll say it holds. Okay, so I got filled right here. I'm now long. So that, see if this thing can pull and push back up after and hold this 5-minute opening range. Top. Drawing a trend line here. Look it up. Take a look at it on the 5-minute chart. I want to see this thing hold and then pop back up. Slow markets here. I want to see a little bit more green start coming through and hitting the right there. Reds keep on pushing down. So watching for a break back above the 5-minute opening range, which I have drawn out. Kids are home. It's going to get loud here in a second. Slow markets. But yeah, just watching this thing pop up. I'm trading a funded account, my PA account, one of them. This is one that I just passed yesterday. So today was day 1 during the day. This evening is now day 2. I'm just looking to scalp a few bucks, nothing crazy. There's the pop up. Looking for it to go to high a day. Ideally. Not sure it'll make it there. The volume's got to really start pumping in. I might add, I don't know, that was kind of like almost like it was hitting some stops. I added 2 more contracts long right here, just for another pop back up, and hopefully it wasn't just a bunch of stops that were getting hit. And then they bottom dip it, and they buy it here in the mid 90s and hold it up, and then push it back up. There's the push back up right here. I'm gonna try to get out of here at like the 98.50s.
I'm live in like 40 minutes.
Okay,
Mom's live in 40 minutes.
got it. Yeah, markets are pretty slow right now. I'm gonna see if I can get. I gotta get higher than that. 825. Let's see. That's about 120 bucks to add to the buffer. Good to see it pop right back up into there. Retest that 825. Basically, it's the 21, 3, 98, 25. This is like a big flag too. So if I wanted to, I could really kind of hold out and push up. If there wasn't like a trailing drawdown that kept following you every time you're, unrealized, then it'd be a lot easier for me to do it. There's a bunch of green coming in, hitting the 97s. Pretty slow markets. Like legit slow markets. This is when you got to take like bigger size just to get any kind of anything. Now this thing just drops out right into support. I don't believe it. I'm going to grab 3 more contracts long. I'm going to probably dollar cost average down here. Hopefully it doesn't just flush. I want to see it pop right back up because that was just such a like somebody just hit the bid and slammed it down with no merit. I mean, it could happen. I know it can. But I like to see it pop right back up now. Five minutes looking a little bearish. Everything's looking a little bearish, but it's going into the support line here on this trend line. So I'd like to see it bounce and go right back up. There's the bounce.
I'm getting myself ready and then you're coming in.
That's fine. I probably got to take some off here because this thing's got to hold. See, it's pulling down. They're trying to short it down. I cannot afford to take it down to the 81s with this type of size. So I'd like to see it hold and push back up. Go test the 400s one more time, but like I said, slow markets. So I might need to take off some size here. Need to see a pop. Right now it's all down. They'll take it down a couple points and they'll push it back up a couple points. It's kind of like the name of the game when it's slow like this. It's like watching paint dry. It's tough. They're trying to hold it down there. Sometimes you don't believe that number because, I mean, if you go okay and then you short here and then you get squeezed right up, that could happen. Just like that. Now it gets squeezed back up and they gain control over here in the 5 minute. And then, so 6 is as the top of the range. I'm gonna see if I can get out of this dollar cost average it or something a little bit better. 6 contracts long right here. There's that pop. There's the squeeze. Unfortunately, I just took off one. At that price, I only got 3 up there. Anyways, I only made only $56 on that. But that's okay. It's better than nothing. Got out of a bad situation because of what they're kind of trapping me in there. So we got that little slap up real quick and then pop right back down. Get a little phone call. And it just slapped it right back down. I don't really even believe that it's gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not. I don't even believe it's gonna hold up, but we'll see what it does down here in the 90s. We'll see. Slow action. Right now, I'd say like maybe let it pop back up, get short in like the 93s, and then I would just do like one contract short in the 93s, and then just see if it can't hold that trend line, and then roll back down and roll over and come back down and retest the lows down here in the 80s. So here's that pop up. I'm going to go short here. Watch it fail and not be able to hold. And then now roll back down and roll over. Because right here on the 5-minute chart, watching it not be able to get back up above in this trend line here. And have it pull back down now. And then just fail a little bit shorter. And continue to snap below the 90s, because the 90s are going to be like a spot that is supposed to hold. Like this just liquidity grabbed a bunch of stops right here, pop, and then came back up. So now that I'm watching this, obviously it kind of looks like it's potentially going to break out, but I want to see it fail. We'll see. There's possible rejection. The only problem with me shorting right here is it came down, dropped below support a little bit, then bounced and recovered and came back up. But then that can also trap a lot of these longs that got long here, up here. And then if they go, hey, you know what, I don't want to be, it's not trapping them up here, but it's making them go, we're going into resistance. Let me just start taking profit. Pop. They all start taking profit at the same time. And then the ones that go to bottom buy it down here, they get sold into, and then it drops below because it hits more stops. So they freak out because they went maybe too much size because it's after hours and they're going a little bit bigger on size. And then what you'll find is you'll find a nice pull, and you'll see a nice pull down happen. Now the 5-minute chart starting to show a little life. It's going to the top of the range here. This is where I'm saying like you've got to watch it possibly reject the 97s here. It's either going to reject it or it's going to like pop above it and shoot up and test the 400s. But so we don't know exactly what it's going to do. Did pop here. There's the pop. Okay, so it's popping up and over a little bit. I'm going to say I don't believe it. I'm gonna short. Oh, that's too much. Supposed to only do one contract. I'll short into that pop and maybe trap some in here. Okay, so I just shorted. I got 2 contracts short now. I want to see it come back down into the mid 90s. We do have some volume coming in here. They're trying to buy it and push it through this trend line. So that could get me in a little bit of trouble. I understand that. They're trying to push above the 400 and then also a high day for this afternoon session or early evening session, depending on where you are. Okay, it's getting pulled back down. I want to see it not hold here and really kind of pull back down, because right now it's above that 5-minute opening range. I want to see it slam back down and then like not hold in the mid 90s. I'd like to see it roll back over and continue down. Like a false breakout, false flag right here, trap all these longs, which there's not a lot of longs, so there's not a lot of volume. I understand that. It's just a waiting game at this point. There's that slap back down. They're trying to hold it pretty good here at the mid 95s and mid 90s, like the 95s. Watching it get slapped, it's holding. That looks like, okay, that's nice for a long. So I got to really watch my position here. I could always take one off. Take one off to dollar cost average down a little bit. So if it just slaps like, oh, you got a lot of stops under here. If it gets hit hard, like if they start hitting the bid, selling into the bid, it could knock it down pretty good. These are micro scalps. Like I'm like small scalping, literally, because it's not an evaluation account. It's a funded account, but just watching that paint dry. Oh, I got Apex funded. You passed your evaluation. Yes, I did. All right, watching the slow markets. Welcome to the NASDAQ 100 slow markets. Waiting for this to drop below the mid 90s. Damn, down here. I'd like to say a 93. I'll take one off at 93 if I can get it. It's pulling down. Got filled one there. I'll do one more at 91 if I can get it. Ooh, it might hold up here. Okay, it's holding up. Ripping back up. Okay, so now it's trying to squeeze, so it came down. Now it's squeezing. High day, high day. Hopefully it doesn't rip anymore. I think it's going to pull back now. I'd like to see it pull back. I just added short up there. Now I want to see all these longs get caught and then have it flush down on them and break the 400s and not hold the 400s and keep coming down. But the 400s can now be like a possible support and another bounce and a push higher. I just don't want to take it long because it could flush against them. Like if you have people that are shorting in here and they just start crushing you down, you're stuck up here now. You know, yeah, it's above the 5-minute open range, so it's kind of looking good. I put one in at 97.75 to kind of grab some profit if I can. I think it's gonna come back down to the mids, so I gotta be patient. But it can catch a bid and go right back up. There's a flag right here, so here's a pole. Here's your flag. It's on the 22 range. So yeah, it could definitely rip right back up and then hit high day and squeeze up even more. Is that super likely? I mean, yeah, anything's likely. Anything's possible, I guess. It's a market, right? Slow markets are slow. It's just the way it is. You're praying, though, right here that, like, there's enough people buying. And if they aren't buying and there's too many sellers holding it down, ugh, could be bad. You can get stuck. I've gotten stuck up here. That's why I'm not doing it. I've gotten stuck up here. I've learned my lesson. I'm not doing it. I'm going to watch it slap right back down into the mid 95s. You know. Like even 98, I should probably even take one off here just to be safe. But I don't care. I think there's one right there. Here's the next one, 95s. Boom. There's two. I got it both. Like I said, I'm not going to get long up there. Everybody got caught. All the longs get caught. Everybody gets into a frenzy. They want to do it, and they get slapped down to the mid-90s or even down to the 90s. Not happening. I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to get stuck at the top holding the bag, hoping and praying that someone's going to force, that's a squeeze. So that's out. I'm up 187 now on this after hours. It's like slow markets. But, this is a PA account, new account. My third one, I just passed this one today, earlier in the day section, and now I got 4. So now I got to open up, sorry, I was reading something. I was gonna open up those sessions and we'll see what happens. But anyways, sorry, I was just losing my train of thought here. I'm distracted looking at something. All right, so anyhow, yeah, slow markets, slow results. You got to be super patient, and you can't go too big because you'll get screwed. But right now, I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to buy long right here, probably like 4 contracts long for the bounce because there's going to be a bounce. I'm down here in support, which is the top of the 5-minute opening range. Is that what I have? Let's see. No, it's not the top. My bad. It's not the top. Top's over here. Bottom's here. So I'm just going to see if there's going to be a nice little bounce kick back up into the mid-90s on that flush down. It could continue down, but thinking I can get a nice little bounce off that area. I should have waited till the 90s, but I didn't. And with these after hours, you can go like bigger size a little bit because you know that the moves are so small. So here we go, pushing up. I got 2 contracts. I'm going to pull some out right there at 4s. Got filled 2. And I think there's another squeeze in there. There it is. Squeeze. And I'm out right there. So just pop back up to the mid-90s. Right down there to basic support, like I had drawn right here on this 22 tick chart. And then didn't really have it over here on the 5-minute chart, but I did look left. Looked like the 90s were somewhat supported. There's a zone. Basically 88 to 90 would be your small zone of support there. Okay, I'm up 167. Is that right? Oh wait, I've switched the accounts. Never mind. I just screwed up and bet the wrong account. That's what happens when you're switching things around. Okay. Oh well, no big deal. I just did a practice run. Sucks, but it is what it is. Let's say I thought it was up more than that. 187 on this account. That would have been a lot more. It's a bummer. All right, so now it's trying to reclaim the 97s. This could be an interesting spot. Okay, watching this right here. I'm gonna say it squeezes. So, oh man, I'll go with one contract. It's not great, but I'll let it pull back and maybe fill this 96. I doubt it's even gonna get filled. 97 is gonna pop. This is all gonna pop. Go back up, retest. So let's go with a right there. I'll hit the bid on that, or hit the ask on that pullback right there. Just watching because I think this is gonna be able to. It looks a little congested in here, but it could squeeze, definitely squeeze back up and go retest these 400s. And that's what I'm looking for. I don't even know if I'll get that many points, but so let's see here. 2. See the push up, the squeeze, quick squeeze, probably 98s, 99s. Very small micro pushes. It's really not much. All right, Antonio, Dave. Hiya, baya. Slow markets. Watching. Little push up. There we go. Little pop to the 98s. 99s. $99.75s. Possible high day. I'll put one there. And then possible high day squeeze of high day afternoon session here. Super slow action. Like super slow. You can see the 99.25s hit, push into the 400s. There's one. Keep pushing. Can it get there? I don't know. It's so slow. It's really slow. I'm only going to do this for a few more minutes. Like after this trade, I'm probably going to shut down the live. I think it's going to be a quick pop if it does anything. Showing that it's kind of rejecting the 99 area. Two is too many. It looks like it's slamming it down here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets support, holds, and pops back up. Just watching slow markets. They're just putting around, not really doing much. Watch the bounce back up. There it is, off the 90s. They're trying to slam it down below the 90s now. Not sure it'll work. Watching it rip back up. There it goes. It's probably going to push all the way into the 97s, if I were to guess. So I will probably take mine out at like, just to get out of this unscathed, like 96, 75s. But these markets are slow. Gotta wait till a little bit later, I'm thinking. I almost want to add a little bit more here. But if it slams down on me, that would be bad. That was one at that price. I'm going to put 2 out there. I like 725. And watch for it to pop right up into there. Probably into the 98s, 99s. But I'm gonna get out early and just take the small scalp win. You want to see these 95s pop up and then hold and then push higher. Here's where you can get a nice little pop because it's now above the mids here. And then it's going to do a little boop, pop up. It'll probably go into the 98s, 99s, right in here. You'll just see it just go just a quick push up. Just waiting for it though. The volume is low and slow. I might add a little bit here. Ooh. Wanted to add a little bit more. No pullback. Didn't really get one. It'll pop up and hit me out here at the 97.25. Waiting for it. Talk about waiting. It's like watching paint dry. Super boring. These markets are dry. I'm gonna start trying to make something a little more fun while I'm doing lives, because there it is. Okay, 97.25 covered, done, sold. What am I at now? $332 and that's what I'm at. Not bad. Yeah, so 332.80. 332.80 on the afternoon, well, early evening session. There's that pop going back up into the 4s. Potentially going to test up of the highs here. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to end the live. Please subscribe, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. And I'd really appreciate you guys supporting me. I'm going to be going live tomorrow morning. I'm going to definitely make sure I get these kinks and these technicals out. If you would like to check out Seeking Trades on Discord, look me up. There could be a link in the description. I believe I did add that, but I pasted or posted whatever. I posted all my gains for today. I had 2 of my PA accounts. I had over $1,300 in winners, and then I had another one that was over $700 in a winner. And then I had a past evaluation, which I need to go pay for. So I have then 4 PA accounts that are funded. And then I'm working on my other account, which is Take Profit. I believe that's the one. So it's gonna be take pro, yeah. So take profit, trader. This is my account here, one of the many ones I've had, and then so I have, you do a couple here and there, but basically here's my account active, this one here. So I'm now at, it hasn't posted yet, but yeah, I just basically, my first day I made 600, and then today I made another 1500, because you're only allowed to make 1500 in the, it's a 5 day, or excuse me, yeah, you have to trade for 5 days, but in those accounts, but you can't make more than 50%, or else then you have to make more. So that was a $50,000 account, only getting $3,000. So that's usually the best one to do. As you can see, this thing came back down to the 90s. And now if you want to replay this bounce, you can. Risk to like 87, maybe. Just a small stop, and then go big on a big one. So like this one, you would go like 4 contracts. Maybe put them in right here. Just wait for the pull. Here it comes. I'll grab 2 right there for a bounce, right? For a possible bounce out of here. One pop down and rip back up. That's what I want to see. So I can get the 4 contracts on board. There's the 4. And now one more rip right back up. And I'll just do a quick, I mean, this could go against me, but the 90s have been holding. We'll see. Hopefully it'll hold again. And I don't just flush away everything I just made. Watching. This thing did just come down. It's retesting this little support zone. See if we see some no buying in the time and sales. That's not the greatest sign, but it's dry markets, so I'd like to watch it. Make sure these 91s pop right over. Go back up into the mid 95s. It'd be at best, I'd say like just a couple points, right? Like that. There you go. 110. Do I take it or leave it? No, not yet. Not yet. I think it's going to hold. It's going to push higher. I think it's going to push higher. They just banked it and then just got out. I really hope not. I'd like to see this hold and push one more up into like the mid 90s. I don't like how I got stuff there in the 92s, but let's see if it can hold. It's not, I don't like shorting in the hole down here, but people do it, and it can work for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they can reclaim it. This is it. This is what I want to see. Reclaiming like that. They're buying it up, pushing above this 91, ripping and pushing it all the way back up into this like 95s. So I should take 2 off at like 3, and then 2 more contracts off at like the 4s. Here's the pop. One more pop into the 4s, and 2. There's one contract left. Done. Got it covered. Boom. There it is. Both sold out. All done. Really wanted to learn when to buy and when to sell. Support and resistance. Resistant. Well, whatever. Resistance. Resistance. Can't spell. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to be done live streaming, and I'm gonna go and chill. But I made $540 in this. So there it is, $540 in this quick little session, which is really nice. It should have been more, but I accidentally did it in a different account, so that's okay. All right, you guys all take care, and I will be back live tomorrow.